Hey, what's up, peeps? Angel here. Wednesday, September 14, 2016. Very good day today. A little bit of rain. Hey, no thunder, no lightning, no wind. We're good. So, just a very nice day today at work. My boss, I did not know, my boss just took vacation to Canada. So I just knew it today. Like, she just texted everyone, all right, wish me a nice trip. I was like, okay. That's why I couldn't take, either Thursday or Friday off. So, oh well, what can I do? It was still a good day. I can't complain. Last night I stayed up until midnight trying to get this little paragraph here for today's message, if you want to call it, or a group time, because it's very small. About Jesus. And last week on youth, oh, by the way, today was the first day that we met on the cafeteria. Blessed that we have finally a place to meet on Wednesdays and on Friday, on that Friday night that we meet. But very excited for that, super excited. It ran smooth. We started like about 10 minutes late because two of the students got there about 6:40. We ended at 7:38, but hey, it's all good. We did pretty good. But what can I say? About it, for last week was the introduction, week one, which what I did was I got a questionnaire of 20 questions for the students to kind of like get to know each other, kind of like, what's your favorite movie, what's your favorite subject at school, stuff like that. If you had a wish, what would it be? Questions like that. So today, to break the ice, what I did was we had announcements first. After announcements, I put all these sticky notes in there where it says, who am I, in the top, and then a number from 1 to 10, and in the bottom of that is where the questions were. And after worship, after we had worship, which John came again and did a fantastic job, which I'm super excited to have him there. Hopefully he just comes every single week that we meet. But the kids were able to, one by one, look at those 3 questions with the 3 answers, and what they had to do was just say it to the other students, the questions and the answers, and then at the very end, when they had all 3 said, they needed to find out who that person was, and they were just kind of crisscrossing. Oh, is that person? Oh my gosh, I gave them like 3 tries just to try to get it. Some got it, some didn't, but it was fun just to have that transition between the students. And just break the ice on who they are. But it was 1 through 10, so all of them were all students. I was number 9, and then Jesus was number 10. And I waited it for that moment, when Tony actually turned Tony, our leader. Thank you, Tony. You're so awesome. He turned the sticky note upside down and was saying, "I am the truth. I'm the light. I'm the Messiah. I'm the Christ, and I'm the Savior of the world." And those are things that we talked about. We talk about Jesus, and people will say, "Oh, that's Jesus right there." Yeah, that's one word if you wanted to tell somebody. But I was kind of thinking, well, we need to give Jesus a better introduction of his life. I thought about when let's say somebody asked me, "Hey, Angel, can you tell me the summary of that movie that you went and see?" Oh, sure. We give them a specific point of the summary of the movie without giving spoilers, right? Without giving the core of the story. So I was thinking, well, that's what took me to do all this paragraph, to try to get a story or an introduction for Jesus, or a summary for Jesus for the students, so that way they had it without giving so much of the spoilers of the core. I'm talking about he did miracles for those 3 years that he was teaching, but he didn't. I didn't have to specify what kind of miracles he had. You just leave it there. But it's more for the students to actually interact with other people. If somebody comes and say, "Well, tell me who Jesus is." Well, he's the Messiah. He's the Christ. Well, no, hold on a second. Tell me his story, who he is, where was he born? Tell me all that stuff. Like if it's a movie, summary me Jesus. So that's what I wanted to do today. I wanted to, who is Jesus? Here's a summary. So that way the students can actually have a core value. And even though it had a lot of history, I really put a lot of history on it, like Romans and ADs and BCs and all of the points of it. Like there's points in there like the 3,000 followers after Jesus was raised from He was all over for 40 days, and then he was raised into heaven in Acts, in the book of Acts, and 3,000 followers daily were being put up for Christianity, which is pretty awesome. So those were some of the things that I was actually just telling the students from the life of Jesus, from when it started all the way till today, because he is still alive, and we need to acknowledge that through his word and through his life in the Bible. So it was super fun. At the very end, I just kind of challenged the students after all that to acknowledge that, okay, we know about you, we know a little bit about Jesus, but I don't know what's your take on Jesus. I want to know, what do you guys think of Jesus? So, and the only question for that is on Matthew 16 verse 15, which is where Jesus asks Simon Peter, who do you say I am? Matthew chapter 16 verse 15. Who do you say I am? So I left that challenge to the students for next week as we go into week 3. And week 3 is just going to be like that. Who do you say I am? I'm going to have the students be bold and audacious to tell everybody that question and answer that question to the Almighty Lord and say, who do they say he is? So I left it there. Hopefully it gets to be really cool next week and the students are not shaking or anything like that. I just like the point that we're just building relationships, having fellowship, and being closer to God. That's the most important thing. So I'm excited. I'm super excited for next week because I'm not saying anything. I'm just, boom, that's it. I can go ahead and say, who do I say he is? But I want to see it from the students. And I know they're bold enough to do that. Some of them may not be Christians. Some of them may be Christians, but from their own point of view. So I'm excited for next week because of that. I'll leave that question for you guys. Have you ever questioned yourself that? Go to Matthew 16 and 15 and maybe think about that and say it to yourself. Ask yourself, who do you think he is? Who do you think Jesus is? Because if we want to live that life to glorify him, we need to answer that question straightly to him. So hope you guys have a good night. Hope tomorrow is fantastic and awesome and epic. And I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Let's answer that question. See you guys. Have a great night. Peace.